Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the sixth part of the Arduboy game dev stream. So, last stream, I leave you saying that I will work on the animation of the main character offline. So I did that because that can take some time just to draw some animation of the character, and obviously it may be a bit annoying because it's just kind of repetitive work. You don't learn new stuff. So I will show you that. I will explain what I did, and then we will continue. We'll try to improve the behavior of the main character. So what I did is I just reopened the Rick image. Before there was only one frame, which was on the left, and then I drew some more frames. I use 4 frames for the walking animation. Normally when you do an animation, if you only use 2 frames, you have the feeling of a flickering stuff. You don't have a feeling of progression, so 2 frame is really not enough. 3 frame is a bit better, but that's the minimum to have a feeling of progression. But you may still have a feeling of flickering stuff, not really something progressing. So 4 frame I think is a good trade-off, but of course if you go 5, 6, it's even better. However, the sprite here are quite small, so that's also difficult to draw details with those pixels. So basically what I did is I started from that main frame, and I just first drew the first foot forward, and also I balanced the arm. So the arm, which is drawn in black, will go a bit further forward than backward. Then yeah, okay, the foot first go forward, then maybe start to change the weight to his next foot, and then on the last frame is the whole weight of his body is transferred to his foot, to his right foot. Let's say it's right foot, but it works for both foot because there's only 2 colors. And yeah, I also try to animate the face, the head, the hat also, but didn't work very well. It was giving a kind of noisy animation. So in the end, I didn't animate it. I reverted, and I just removed that pixels here, just 1 pixels. But that's it. Another thing you should notice, however, is that here, in these 2 frames, the character is 1 pixel higher than the idle pose. And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to give a kind of wobbling feeling when the character is walking. So it's going up and down, like this. So yeah, this is our animation. So I will show you how it looks on the Arduboy. It looks like this. I think it's, of course, if I go back, the animation is the same because I didn't revert the animation, mirror it. We may do that today, we'll see. But yeah, here it is so far. And on the code side, what I change is almost nothing, I would say. So let me check something. Yeah, I'm still live. Okay. So on the code side, I have, so this is the new sprite data. So I've changed the single dimension array to a two-dimensional array for storing all the frame of the animation. So the 24 here is because the sprite width is 12 pixels. So, but there is 2 times 8 pixels, 16 pixel in the 8. So it's 2 times 12. It's 24. Same here on the sprite data h. And in the rig class, I just did this rough stuff just for testing. We will not keep it like that, but basically I do a modulo on the number of frame, which is 4 so far. Sorry. And here I divided x by, so I modulo from x, and here I divided x by 4 just to slow down a bit the animation, otherwise it's too fast. Have a drink and relax with me. You can so of course we will not leave it like that. I think 4 was maybe a good, maybe it's a bit slow actually. Maybe I thought with 3 was maybe a bit faster, a bit better. We can try. You can just divide by 3. But yeah, like I said, we will not leave it like that. But just to give you the feeling is, yeah, it's probably the speed that you want to play as a player. Yeah, you want that speed. Maybe a bit faster. Maybe, I don't know. This is something we may change. So yeah, here it is. Basically, what I've changed in the code. So almost nothing. I just offline. I just mainly did this animation. Okay, so one thing I want to do before committing that, because I didn't commit yet, is to do some cleanup a little bit. We have some magic number here and there, and also on the animation side, you may notice that we actually don't use the full width of the sprite. So basically this is, like I said, 12 up to here, but actually we just use 9 pixels here, also 3 pixels empty, 3 pixels, 3 colon empty. So I think we can really we could only use 9 pixel width for the sprite, at least for the walk. Then the question is, do we have the same width for the other animation of the character? I don't know yet, because I didn't draw those animation. Of course, we could have different array for the different animations. So, for example, in sprite data here, we could have one array here for the walk. I could rename it rig walk, and another array for the rig firing, or putting the dynamite, or going down the ladders. Or I could put all the animation into the same rig array. If I put all the animation inside, then probably I will have an enum saying, okay, the walk animation start from 0 to frame 3, and then the firing animation start from 4 to 5 or 6 or 7, etc., etc. I could have that enum. And if I have different array, then obviously the code, the gameplay implementation will be just different. Like I will use that array when I walk, that array when I fire. So everything is possible. It's just a matter of your implementation will be a bit different. So far, right now, I feel that probably I should keep one single array with all the animation, and then probably use some enum to specify where the animation start and stop. I have the feeling that this implementation is the one I prefer right now. So yeah, in that case, if we have just one array, then all the frame of the character should have the same width, of course. But looking at the animation, I feel that, yeah, probably it won't be bigger than 9 sprites. So I think we can make it 9. So let's refactor a little bit our animation before it becomes too big. And then we have a lot of work to refactor it. Okay, and of course if you do that, then you lose a little bit visibility on the animation, but that's okay. Yeah, here for example you don't know which pixels belongs to which animation. All right, and then I crop the image. All right, so let's regenerate this image. Let's regenerate the data, I mean. So this time now it's 9 and still 16. So this one, and we postfix with that with a comma. Okay, we convert. Okay, I copy this, go here, here. Let's do some, okay. So now it becomes 9 times 2, so it's 18. But like I said, yeah, it's exactly that kind of magic number that I would like to clean a bit. Okay, first, oh yeah, we also have it here, you see. So start to be a bit messy. We can just check that it's, oops, sorry, I didn't show you the code. So we have it here, and I refactor it here and here. Okay, so now, is it still working? Yeah, still working, so it's fine. So let's clean a bit about this magic number. Also this one, actually we have in the map manager, we already have a sprite width and sprite 8. Actually, now I believe that this value belongs to the sprite data, because obviously it's a sprite data. So let's move it to the sprite data. And of course it can be yeah, so let's move it here, and you need the width here. And if you do that, of course, you need to change it here. So I will replace this by sprite data. Okay. Okay. And then I can also check the 8. All right. Okay. Then I should do the same for the sprite of the main character. Where is this? Here. Okay, Rick. I'm gonna call it Rick. Sprite width. So we say we said it will be 9. And height 16. So this one should be this multiplied by this divided by 2, divided by 8, sorry, because it's 1 char. If I want to be super precise, I can do even a size of char, but that's give me just 1, so it's a bit useless actually. Just 8. Right. That should give me 19 normally. Normally I should also do it the same here for the sake of being. So these are all constants. So normally the compiler will all make the multiplication and then we'll just give the number. Right, so it doesn't impact the performance of the program. So okay, and I should do the same on the other side. And this one. Okay, right, and here now I can replace with the correct value. So width and the height. All right, let's try to compile this. Check if I did some mistake. Test it again. Okay, everything seems to work again. That's perfect. I don't know why the up and down is not working anymore, but never mind. Great, I think we can commit that version. This is our first version, and then we can start working on the main character. So I need to commit this. So what do we have? Of course, we have our new image. Then here, I moved this constant value to the sprite data. Okay, sprite height. Okay, and in the CPP, the sprite the constant value, and here we have our new data. All right. Okay. So I say and an animation to Rick move some constant to the spray data. Okay. So how should we move our main character? So there's one thing I want and need to do is that we should, when we stop moving, we should go to the main pose, to the idle pose, so to the first frame of the animation. I don't want the character to stop like this. I always want the character to stop in this pose. But to do that, it means we probably need to also start to implement a kind of state machine for the character. So the characters can walk, can be idle, can fire. Yeah, I think it's probably the best way. And then depending on the state, I can choose which animation to play, because we will need, I'm quite sure we will need that state machine, that state of the character. So I just, let's create an enum actually. State, just call it state. It's scope inside the namespace, so that's fine. Idle, that's, I will say, the first one, default one. Walk. We will create several one. Let's add 5 for now, but etc. We will add them later when we implement something. Okay, and then we have the variable state. Let's call it state. Don't wait a minute. What is my standard? Because I have so many programming standards that I follow. So I'm just, oh yeah, I use a capital letter. Okay, that's fine. But I just use, okay. So in that case, I will call it I can call it anim state or current state. I can call it current state. No, I want a short name, so let's say anim state. All right. We start with idle. All right, so we can, when we walk, we can change the state. All right, we can start by default, we can reset it to idle. All right. Okay. Now on the draw, we should decide which bitmap, which sprite we should draw. Based on the current state animation. So I'm wondering if I should do it here. Yeah, I can do it in the draw. We don't need to create a new function for that. At least for now. We'll see if the function grows too fast. So I can do switch case. So basically, what I want is to decide about this value right now. So let's call it frame ID. By default, we take 0. Yeah. So basically, I want to say something. It's always a good habit when you program to always give initialize your variable anytime when you declare a variable. Well, that's my habit. So when I declare a variable, I initialize it. It becomes a reflex. So if you program, just initialize it. Even if you initialize it with 0, whatever, just please do it. It has to become a reflex when you code. So okay. So basically, if I'm idle, it will stay 0. Okay, sure. But if I'm walking now, what should I do? So if the state yeah, for now we'll just keep the same trick, like x divided by 3 modulo 4. I lost my modulo. Yeah. Okay, and now let's try that. Just try it. State not declare Rick. Should be, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, anim state. I should declare unexpected initializer before state. Did I forgot something about the enum? Suddenly get lost. Oh yes, I forgot the semicolon, I guess. I'm sorry, my main programming language is C#, which doesn't have semicolon after the enum, so sometimes I get confused. All right. Okay, good. So I move. When I stop moving, go back to the default one, which is great. That was easy. All right, that was easy. So, however, we still have some kind of tricky code here, but we can commit that. Let's commit this first. You may think, oh, that's too little to commit. We just commit a few minutes ago, but you know, it's better to do small commit rather than big commit. Basically, when I commit when I finish a feature. So I add a new feature or I fix a bug, then I commit. It's better to do, even if you fix 2 bugs, it's better to do 2 commit. One commit for the first fix, another commit for the next fix. So yeah, it's easier to, after that, review the history because you have just small change. So yeah, here we just added the animation state and then, yeah, okay, seems good. So for the main character. Okay, commit this. All right. Then let's go back to here. What should we do next? Should we flip the character or? Or should we try to fix the animation speed? Yeah, we can fix. We have time. Yeah, we can do both actually today. So let's fix the animation speed first. Okay, so obviously this code is really bad because every time I press the button, I increase X, let's say, and then so every frame. But then I just move 3 times slower. But then your X doesn't represent a position. What you want is like the characters move really 1 pixels, and you want that X to represent the real position of the character on screen. So what we should do is actually not increase X every frame, but increase X every 3 frames if we want to, you know, divide by 3. So and to do that also, we probably need to memorize, let's say, last time we increase the X. Or no, maybe use the every, yeah, we can use the every frame. We can use the every frame features probably. But if we use the every frame features, I think I use it here in the map manager. I forgot where I use it. Here, every X frame. That may, I mean, if you start pressing 1 frame, then the next frame you may switch to the next animation frame of the character, and then wait 3 frames and then move to the next animation frame of the character. If you do that, but the first frame doesn't have exactly 3 game loop frame, I would say, if you do that. which may be not a big deal. So it's probably the fastest and the easiest way to do it. Otherwise, we will have to have another variable in the rig class and memorize it, and memorize when you start, then count 1, 2, 3. Okay, you increase x, 1, 2, 3, increase x. So let's start. Let's try to use that for now. We'll see. So of course, if the button is pressed, I still want to be in animation state walk, because I reset it here in idle. So of course, I just test here every frame, and then I need to have another variable, actually a constant, like animation speed. And by the way, right now it's, let's say, it's just one constant, but I may have several one depending on the animation, because some animation may have more or less frame, but you want them to play at different speeds. So for now, I will just create one. Later we may need to rename it like walk animation speed, and then we have the fire animation speed, whatever. So const int char, whatever, int, doesn't matter, it's a const, and we say 3. So let's do the same for going left. All right, and then here we don't need to divide again, and here let's keep the trick, but we will change that. Let's keep the trick. Let's see if this actually fix or remove that ugly code. Okay, yeah, it still seems to be good. Just for the fun of testing, let's put 1, so you will see the maximum speed. Okay, that's obviously too fast, I guess. And that, I would say, I'm saying that's the maximum speed because we increase 1 pixel every frame. If we want the character to go faster, then this time we need to increase like 2 pixels every frame. That would be even faster. So I'm not saying we are limited by the hardware, but it's just limited by the algorithm. It's the same logic, like with the screen moving up and down, left and right. We have sometimes we wait several frames, and sometimes we move more than 1 pixels. That's always like that. All right, let's try with 10 just for the fun. And that's super slow. Okay. All right, so go back to 3. That was a good value, I think. But we still have this crazy number. I just do a modulo on the exposition. That's not the way we should do, because we always start to work from idle. So I guess then should be the frame ID could be 0, then 1, 2, 3, etc. I think that we should have a frame counter actually. That would be useful for any animation. Any animation have several frames. Otherwise, it's not an animation for sure. If you want an animation, you have several frames. So this variable could be used for any animation, because the main characters only play one animation at once, right? So we can have that variable like the current anim frame, and I think that's the one that should be increased also. And we can reuse that variable for any animation. Here the hack I use like modulo the position. That means if you this is not correct, but it works just for testing. But that means if the character is here on the screen, then it will start with that frame of the animation. But if it's here or here on the screen, it will start from another frame, which is okay, not correct. So let's fix that. We have anim state. We have just char is enough, and sign, by the way, actually. And it's the current anim frame. Okay. Okay, so here I would say, okay, that's just this one. Then I'm feeling that these variables start to be useless. Now we can actually compute that into the input. Let's see. Okay, I'm still doing some kind of ugly stuff. We will refactor more just after that. Just want to do this, and I will move here, and here should be 0. All right. All right, so because we always start from idle, we start from the frame 0, and then when we start to move, then it will be frame 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., etc. So, but that's a problem here. Is like I reset it every frame, so the character won't move. So obviously it doesn't work like that. It's not good. Basically. I now I need to know when I just press and when I just release the button. So yeah. And obviously the Arduboy function doesn't give you this information, just give you the press or not press. It doesn't give you the just press or just release. So that's why I added a kind of input manager in my previous Arduboy game, just to handle this case. So I think I will just get back that file and copy it into the project. Let me do that. So I'm searching in my code. Okay. Manager. Where are you? Yeah, input. Do you have input cppy? Yeah, here it is. I copy the file. Here. All right. Then I will open it. I open the file. So here and here, open. So let's check the header file first. I have an update. Obviously, I need to have an update because I need to check if the button was pressed last frame, last game loop, and now if it is released, then it's just release, or if the button was released last frame and now it's pressed, so it's a just press. And then have those functions is just pressed, is just release, is down or is down. There's the modulo. Okay, so maybe I'm not sure if we need that function for us, but we'll see. I can delete it for now. Let's see the CPP file, the previous button state, the current button state. So that's to make the difference between the two buttons. I just need a chart because obviously there is very few buttons. There is less than 8 buttons, so can use a bit field for that. The number of frames in slide change, record number for this, I guess, is for the modulo. Yeah. So the update, in the update, what we do is in the previous we put the current, and in the current we put the button state of the Arduboy. And then, like I said, it's just pressed. We have the current button state, so you want to know which button, and the previous is not pressed. It's just release is the same, and is down, you just check the current state. Okay. So the is down modulo, like said, is checking some frame. I think maybe we don't need it so far, so I will delete it. If I think we need it, we can bring it back, but just make it simple for you for now. All right. Actually, I think, I don't know if Arduboy 2.0 maybe has this this API, but in the Arduboy 1, no, it's just is press or not press. So, but when you do gameplay, you really want to know if you the frame you just pressed, because you can do gameplay code based on that. And obviously, it's really easy to implement. This it's just the button state. There's already a variable in the Arduboy for storing the button state, so they can just add another variable to store the previous one, and that's it, right? Okay, so let's add this these two files on the project, and then, well, I don't need this anymore. In the Arduboy, we will update it before anything else, actually. Okay, so now go back to Rick, and we can use the input API on top of it. So how should we do that? If actually, yeah, maybe I didn't need it now, but I'm sure we will need it later. Because, for example, when we will implement the fire, you just want to, when you press the button, you want to fire. But if you keep pressing, you just fire one time, right? You don't have a auto fire. Even if you have auto fire, you cannot fire one bullet every frame. You should fire a bullet, then wait several frames, and then fire the second bullet. So you just want to fire one bullet when you press the button. So the is just press is very important for the gameplay. So okay, I'm doing this. Actually, so what I can do, what I should do, I forgot the API. I think it's pressed, right? It's just press. Let's reopen the, yeah, it's just press. I can reset the animation frame. The reset frame to the first frame of the walk, and then you can update the state. So actually the thing also, if you have that, you can also just change the state only here now. You don't need to set it every frame now. It's also okay. And set the state. All right. All right, and then here, that means I don't need this anymore. I just use my current animation frame, which is calculated, computed into the handle input. All right, so let's try this. Does it compile first? Oh, probably I forgot to include the input. Include input.h. Also here. Here. Okay, here. Yep, I include Arduboy in my input, which is not good. It's this one. All right. All right. Let's try it. Okay. It seems it still works as expected. Great. So you may wonder, we are still having the same behavior, but we just try to make the code clean, actually, to make something that is maintainable in the future. So yeah, when you start a project, it's a lot of slow progress at the beginning, for sure. All right, but we still have that magic number. But let's commit first. I think we can commit. Let's commit where it is here. So we will add to input file input wrapper for the just pressed and just release of button, and then here, all right, we have our current animation frame. Okay, so refactor the draw logic to add an animation frame ID. And here we update our input. Okay. All right, so now we still have this ugly magic number to remove. So like I said at the beginning of the stream, if we decide to have all the sprite in one big array, we should have an enum to probably indicate where each animation is. So I think I'm gonna do this right now. So enum Rick anim frame ID. Well, yeah. Okay. Semicolon. I didn't forget. So we have idle. We have walk start. So I can write this walk start. Yeah, should be better. Walk and all right. And then we should so here sprite data reckoning frame ID walk start walk start. Okay. The same here and here. This is the idle. All right, and then here, so it should be like that, plus plus, oops, if equal walk, and then we restart with start. Actually should be +1, or I should say greater. If it's greater than walk hand, then it's start with walk start. Okay, so I have the feeling that this kind of code I may need it many times for all the animation, especially the looping animation. Some animation can loop like this, some animation can loop in ping pong mode, but I don't know, we'll see later if we need that. So I think I will create a function, because I have the feeling that we will need it. At least here I need it 2 times, so it's better to do a function for that. Where do I put it? Here. Update on the, well, we'll just put it here. Should return an int. Maybe what is the current anim frame? It's a char, I think. Yeah. So okay. Let's return a frame, and I will call it get next anim frame. Okay, and if we have a ping pong animation, this is one parameter. Sorry, one parameter that we could add in that function, and then this function becomes a bit bigger. If it's ping pong, if it's looping, then the logic is different. So actually I wanted to return the value, but if I return the value, I need to pass the value. So since it's a function inside the rig, we can just update directly the current anim frame. So set next anim frame, set next anim frame, set update. Okay, and then I need parameters like char start ID, start frame ID, and end frame ID. Can be unsigned. So increase the current frame to the next one. Check if we need to loop the animation. All right, so that's the start. That's the end. Right, and then I can call it here frame set next current anim frame set increase anim frame. Oh no, set next anim frame. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not super happy with the name, so I'm thinking I have a new one, but I think that's fine. Okay, so now I can also copy it here. And that looks good. So we can just declare this. It's just a private function, so we can declare it here. And I think I forgot to scope it. All right. Yeah. I think that should be okay. Let's try it. Does it compile? Yeah, let's try it. We should have the same thing. Again, sorry, doesn't improve much. All right, yeah, we have the same thing, which is good. Let's commit it. Let's commit that. So, okay. All right, so we have new function, remove, we set the value here. Okay. And this one. Okay. So remove the magic numbers regarding Rick animation. All right, so the last thing I want to do today, and I think we will end the stream here after that, I mean, because it's almost an hour, I think, is to try to flip the main character. So for that, I had the same problem when I work on the Lemmings project, and I found it a bit sad that the draw bitmap function of Arduboy, at least the one, even the version 2.0, doesn't have a mirror flag to draw the sprite in mirror. But when you do a game, a lot of games actually, where you draw sprite, you often want to draw it in mirror. And actually you want to draw it in mirror on X, but also vertical. But the drawing function in that direction is quite easy to do, because basically instead of drawing the line of pixels in that direction, then you draw it in the other direction. You read it reverse, and that's easy. That's just that you get the same data, but you read the data in that direction and you draw it in that direction. Then you have a mirror. Mirroring vertically is much more difficult, because remember, when you draw one char, you draw 8 pixels vertically, and that means you have to reverse all the bit inside the char. Reversing the bit in the char is a bit more complicated actually. There is no function in API existing for that, so there is some kind of miracle function to do it, but with some bit operation, but you always have to take some operation to do it. So, but here we don't need to mirror it vertically, we just need to mirror it horizontally. So I think I have modified the draw bitmap function to add these features. So what I will do is I will just bring back that function and show it to you. Right now, I will just add a new file. which I will call my custom Arduboy, let's say, and which will just inherit it from the original one. So let's say, yeah, I will just copy some code. So class custom Arduboy, and I will inherit public Arduboy. Of course, so I will save this like custom Arduboy.h. All right, and I need to include this. All right, this one, so will become custom Arduboy, and I will I know my instance, I change it. Okay, so now I have a custom Arduboy. I just want to override one function. Let's create the CPP also. This file contains an extension of the Arduboy class. Okay, let's save it. Custom Arduboy CPP. All right, so then I will open a file from my previous project. Okay. This custom Arduboy from my Lemmings project is highly modified. So okay, draw bitmap. Here it is. All right, Control C. Okay. So sorry about that. A bit sick these days. The mask, I'm not sure what it does if I need it. Oh yeah, I remember why the mask is useful for. This is quite specific to Lemmings, but I may keep it for now. So which value I should give to the mask? Let me check. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. So, and I need to, of course, declare this in the header file. Yeah, as public. All right, and that's a void. So I don't need this. So basically that function just add two more parameters like X mirror if you want to mirror on X, and a mask that I may explain one day later if we really need it. You can ignore it for now. But if you look at it quickly, I would say, where this X mirror is used, it's here. So basically, if it's mirror, then I have a direction, it's like colon direction, which is normally it's positive, and if it's mirror, then it becomes negative. And here in the loop, in the for loop, when I draw all the bitmap, instead of just adding +1, I add the direction. So I read the array left to right or right to left. That's basically what I do, just that. So as you can see, it's super easy to modify this draw bitmap in the custom Arduboy. And you don't need to have your sprite 2 times in memory. One time mirror, that would just, you know, use memory for nothing. The speed impact on that, I think, is pretty light, pretty much nothing. So all right, so now we have that new function. Let's use it. Let's try if that compile first. Let's check. Okay. Oh, the uint. Okay, maybe it's not declare. Get some declare. Okay, I forgot to add it. Oh, I didn't add it in the project. Let's add it also in the project. Okay. Let's include. So we include the Rick Arturus, and then also the custom Arduboy here. Okay, what custom Arduboy CBV does not extend. Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, I should. This is not correct. So here I should move this inside custom Arduboy. I already did it, and then here in Rick Arturus H, I should include the custom Arduboy. .h. Okay, custom Arduboy.h here, and in the custom Arduboy we include Arduboy. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay, so what do we know? Expected initializer before Arduboy. Custom Arduboy CPP. what did I do? Oh yeah. Expected initializer, you have it. Custom Arduboy deploy. I got custom Arduboy.h. Custom Arduboy.h class. And Arduboy, custom Arduboy.h, then what did I do? It's from CPP, from the CPP. Oh, I think I know what I've done. Made a mistake in the header. Custom Arduboy.h. No, that's correct. Include Arduboy.h. Dot h. Okay, that's regardless. It just get confused. In file include custom Arduboy CPP. Arduboy.h initializer. Well, you should have it in custom Arduboy.h included. Custom Arduboy.h. What did I do wrong in my class declaration? Do I need a semicolon here? Probably. Okay, draw. No matching function call for this one. Yeah, you should have it. And so we have okay, I guess this function is probably not virtual in the previous one, so let's rename it. Draw bitmap extended. All right, does it compile now? Yeah, it compiles. Okay, sorry for the trouble. Again, it was a semicolon. Not used to it. After the class declaration. So so yeah, so now we can use that function to draw our rig here, and so I need a variable to declare if it's looking to the left or the right. So we can call it current orientation. Or it's a boolean, so let's use a boolean variable is looking right. Okay, is looking right. Yeah. And the mask, okay, because now I have a mask that maybe I would delete it, but let's put it like this. Okay, so position, orientation of Rick, boom. Let's say it's true for now. And now we can change depending if I'm looking on the right, if I'm going to the right or to the left. So if I'm press left button, no, so it's false. And if I go to the right, it's true. Oh, by the way, I just noticed we have an error here. Just press left. Okay, there was a small bug here. Looking to the right or looking to the left. All right, does it compile? No. Okay. Yeah. What does you want? I want an int. Sorry, you want an int. Like this. File. What's this? Candidate is so x y test x. Well, no, it just wanted int 8. Yeah, was correct. What did I do? Expected 7 argument provided 8. Okay. Oh, I see. I guess I remove what? X, Y, bitmap width. Oh, I removed the 8. Okay, yeah. It's a too optimized function for that. All right. Let's put it back then. That's a very optimized function. Ay. Then I guess I need to double iterate on it. Ooh. Wow, that stream started to be longer than what I expected. So, but I wanted to show you the result. I think I should start again to take the original draw bitmap function and just add the mirror inside. Would be maybe easier rather than modifying this one. So let me check if I can change it easily. Do I have a H here with S row? I heavily rewrite this function for my Lemmings project, so actually I think I have another version. Let me, yeah, I think I have another version which may have the 8 also. So let's open this one. Uh, yeah, it's here. Let me check if I have the mirror. Oh no, no, there's no mirror in that version. Okay, so it's useless. Let's check if I have it somewhere else. Yeah, I have it here. And a mirror, and I also don't have the... Okay, so let's try this one. Let's try this one. Chook. Maybe I will save some time. Okay, I delete this original code. All right. XY. Modify the signature here. Mirror X. All right. Hopefully this function work. Let's try it. So there's no mask anymore. Does it compile? Yes, let's try it. Okay, oh, I'm walking backward. Okay, it works, but the flag is inversed. So that's easy to fix, and then I will leave you here. So this one is true, and this one is false. But maybe the variable name is right button. Right button is looking right. Oh yeah, if it's right, it should not be mirror. If it's left, it should be mirror because we draw our animation mirror. So I want to replace this, rename this. By is looking left. Okay. Let's try again. Let's go to the big Arduboy screen. Okay, right and left. Yep. Yoo-hoo! We have animation in both direction. Yeah, that's great. So good progress today, right? So I think we will end the stream on this one. Obviously, we will commit. I need to commit. Let's commit. I will commit. So we have added your customized version of the draw bitmap, which is here. Well, it's a bit ugly code. Don't look at that. Okay, we have extended our custom Arduboy. Okay, here custom Arduboy. Okay, and then here We have just one flag to tell if we are looking left or right. And we use the extended version giving this. So we have cleaned the whole draw function. Basically, we don't have any more hard-coded value or thing like that. So implement the mirror logic for the main character. Add a custom draw function to draw a bitmap mirrored. All right, commit, yeah, and I push. All right, so thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this this stream, and then see you on the next stream. Bye bye.